needs to be.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. We have got Dr. Monica with us today. I tell you what, this morning in the UK, it's been really, really cold in the UK this morning. Um, and so I went out this morning on my scooter, may I ask, and I went down the country lane, looked at all the fields and everything, and it was freezing. I had to put my gloves on. Thank you very much also at the weekend for that charity event we did. That was really good. That was really brilliant. And thank you so much for that. Dr. Monica, hello, good afternoon. How are you?
Fantastic. Another fantastic day. Just a reason to be grateful to be alive.
That's it, you've got to be alive, isn't it? Can you tell everybody what you do? Because you're doctor in, is it general medicine that you're in?
Sure. I am a board certified in internal medicine. Subsequently, I did preventive cardiology fellowship in Hartford, Connecticut. I work in lipidology department with the science of cholesterol management, prediabetes, diabetes, and sport cardiology.
Right,
Subsequently, I started organization Wellness for Life in Warren, PA. When my holistic practice started growing, I became certified in the functional, anti-aging, and regenerative medicine. Anti-aging is not against aging; it's pro-aging. It's making energy of human system working for us as we desire. My study and also involvement in sport and fitness led me to become board certified in cardiometabolic nutritional health. So I work with athletes in a top center that are treating diabetes, obesity, uh, basically everybody. Welcome everybody. Everybody is important, is special, and together you are weaving beautiful mandala, which every single dot matter. Putting in a practical ways, I started energy of life. We had regular meetings, practical tools for mind and body. How do you upgrade your inner system? How do you stay focused? At the same way, flexible when you challenge. So mind is not becoming intrigued and taking you for a drive and enslaving you. You are the king, a queen. You are the CEO of this company. Here's the time to go from digital to divine. Inward, turning inward, does not mean being lethargic, does not mean being in state of mental diarrhea. It means you're in charge, you take charge of situation in front of you in a way conducive to healing, to expression of full dynamics of life. As you know, I study also martial art. I'm continuous student, humble student of life, and I also study yoga. Yoga, which I practice, is Kundalini yoga. There are a lot of misunderstanding. It is not yoga involving sexuality and tantra, which is very misunderstood. I would not recommend starting Kundalini on its own. It
right.
requires commitment and training under well well-trained masters. I'm very grateful to people who show up in my life. If I think it's worthy to also share that hyperbaric chamber, which I'm also specialized with, help a lot of people with wound care and also with help with metabolism. So basically, diversity, I welcome all. I welcome all and continuously learning, modifying our
Do
body.
you, sorry. Sorry, doctor.
It's
Do you work from home, or are you actually working from an hospital where you live?
both, mostly now from home. As you know, we complying with recommendations, stay safe at home.
Yeah,
So your home is becoming your mobile, you can call it Ferrari, temple, but I don't like to use the word temple. People think temple is to sit and don't do anything. So we have to learn how to stay engaged in life when we when the safest way not to spread COVID-19 is to keep distance. Means also keep distance from your thoughts of fear, thoughts of programming from everybody who's coming to you, including, let's just put news. We know how news are
yeah,
influence our responses. So my
yeah.
simple response will be, we are in it together, and here's the time to train your mind and train your body. Gratitude must, kindness must.
What made
Thank
you what made you take what made you take to be a doctor up? What made you want to be a doctor?
I grew up in family of physician. My father is a first generation physician, came from village. When you walk barefoot, he is very ambitious man. My grandmom was also nurse, and my aunts and uncles, everybody's involved. So growing up from childhood, you see human sufferings, you exposed to reality of life, not beautiful pictures covered with botoxes, nice clothes. You see real people, you see little babies suffering, dying in front of you. I was taken to the hospital, which was across my street when I live in Prudnik. And I specifically remember when people were brought to the hospital to the emergency room, severe cases. It awakened in me desire to be physician who is assisting and helping people to get better. And as you know, connection on a deep level allow us to serve from our heart. When I mean from heart, it's not just forgetting use logic. So I don't want to be misunderstood. Both have to be together. So it was a journey. And I just basically
Mm,
say yes
yeah,
to
well
life.
done. Yeah, thank you very much for doing that. What made you take up martial arts?
Hmm. Let's just start with story of Bruce Lee. How can we forget the Enter of a Dragon? The first movie which I saw in Poland, which made tremendous impact of me. I said, I want to be like that. I want to be efficient. I want to be dynamic. I want to become fearless and have and become more flexible with my body. So basically, karate Shotokan, which I started in Poland, was the only style available. My brother, a few years younger, he was admitted to team, and being just teenager, over 100 times, I was told that they don't take girls. They don't take little girls. When you become committed, you become committed. I said, I want that. I want to be part of this amazing team. And they told me in a month of February, please get back in May, but we will see if you really get back. So days when we were training, which was in gymnasium running, I was throwing away a can of garbage, standing, looking outside, looking how they train, and it fit me from within. I got back in May. My first training was Zazen, 2 hours you sitting on your with your knees um, and then Sensei said stand up. So yes, my legs were shaking. I got back next time. For 1 year, you do only tsuki. You do, and it's basically the rest is uh, is the story
History.
of being a
Mm,
part of team. And at the same time, as you know, I was in a class for athletes and so-called nerds. So I write poetry. I I have extensive hours in science, and I get engaged in different sports. And also, I started, as you know, first breakdance group in Poland, and
mm,
put in
mm.
poetry
I
and
want,
some.
yeah, I want to talk about your poetry. Actually,
Hmm.
I had it on the list about your poetry. Um,
Hmm.
I've seen something the other day of your poetry. That's what it was. It was very nice to read, actually.
Hmm.
Um, and why the poetry? Was it something that you wanted to do and make a book out of?
Uh, I feel that this creative human being that we are, what we are, requires not only using power, or some people will describe as force. When you become sensitive to life, you respond in creative manners. Creative manners will be cooking. Creative manners will be uh, crocheting, will be carpentry, and one of them will be also expression through art, poetry, music. And it just, I feel it comes natural to me and became one of my, for myself and probably healing vessels, because we want or we don't want, we do have in us accumulated uh, certain traumas. What do I mean traumas? We are exposed in life to various conditioning. So in order to change the way we were, is to take actions. So uh, I wanted to take in diverse level. It's
Mm, mm. Very
dancing,
good.
as you know, cooking, and it's just let's keep going. This modern Renaissance men, Renaissance women, as a
Mm,
human being, don't have a upper limit. So today your stomach is full, you're happy. Tomorrow, is something not right enough. You try more. You want more.
mm,
What more? I'll
mm,
give you a whole planet. Will be ever more? Will be ever enough? Never.
mm,
So
mm,
keep exploring life in all colors. Uh, keep painting. Keep smiling, not smiling to pretend. Keep smiling from within. Keep bringing light to others. Keep serving and giving. While we give, we receive. And
mm,
always encourage I don't like to use word patient, people who come across my path, to become not only recipient of medicine, but turn up their inner buttons and become
mm,
creative force,
mm.
and
Yeah,
always gratitude.
yeah, yeah. Yoga. I I know some people who do a lot of yoga, and they say it's really calming. It makes you, think. It makes your brain and everything kind of like, tick and everything, and it builds up a lot of, muscle and everything. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. There are diverse type of yoga. I trained initially in Hatha yoga, which is probably the most known in the United States. Um, it will allow your body to become more flexible. Then was Vinyasa, which is more about flow. Um Bikram yoga is so-called yoga in very high temperature. Would I recommend to everybody? Probably not. You can very easily get dehydrated. If your question is why do I started also training Kundalini, because there are specific kriyas, there are forms which you will take to activate and synchronize parts of your mind, and mind is your master chip computer. It's a president, it's a king. So
Mm,
do you work
mm,
it for you? I wanted that. With a
mm,
quick amount of time, you will be able to reset your energy. You engage actively diaphragm, which is the largest muscle. and with breath pattern and positions of fingers, your mind is becoming conditioned by you as you desire, not taking you for a ride. So it allows me to reset my system. And I work many hours. Mm, I love what I do, and I do what I love. And please
Mm.
don't talk about how life will be. We want to know how life will be after COVID-19. How will be? You just here now. So develop distance from your thoughts, fearful emotions, and be able to develop a inner system that will allow you to function the best your possibilities. Life never may be the same as it was. You become more and more independent unit. So
Mm.
don't forget that your energy system have to work for your energy, which is not in dungeon, is not in separation from them, is with life, with life. In the past, you and me would not be able to connect as we connect.
Mm.
Be
Mm.
grateful for it. This is fantastic.
Oh, of course, I'm grateful about life every day. You know, even getting up every day. You know, I'm grateful for that. You know, and I'm grateful for for everything. You know, it's a part of my faith. Um, when you are kind of like seeing your patients and everything, and you're giving them medical advice, do a lot of people kind of like really kind of like appreciate it, and they do what you say, or don't they?
As you know, if I will tell you do things my way, you will say, let me look how I can do it my way. So no,
Yes.
I don't expect that they will do everything. If from 10 things they will do two, it's good.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
depending how committed they are you committed to yourself? When I mean yourself, is not yourself, self, is
Yeah. Yeah.
science, energy of life. Those who are
Yeah.
very committed, they do tremendous responses.
Yeah.
But no, when it's your mom, it's your dad, it's your family members, and everybody will become expert. They don't know how to make tea, but they will tell you how to run a country, which I'm not going to get to politics. The reason I'm saying this way, it can become distractible to process. And if you become distracted, you are not longer going to follow recommendations. And now internet became the master,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
information. So again, develop distance from your feeling, from your program. Depending of personalities, I work with people, and I will use specific you in this very moment. So if you will come to me from doctors who are functional medicine doctors, you had a lot of advanced testing, including saliva tests, capillary blood tests, detoxifications. You know about intermittent fasting. You know about heat, which is high intensity training. You know about yoga. You know about gluten free and soy free. You name it. What else free? My discussion will be different. And if those people are very conditioned in their mind to just follow diet, I said, how many push-ups did you do today? Example, not push-ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
How
Yeah. Yeah.
how
Yeah.
fast are you on stage? When
Yeah.
you're a farmer, okay, shovel, let's walk, let's just take care of cows. This is, you meet people where they are, and you do what is like, not what you like. It's what I teach people. And sun or night, moon and sun, Monday
Mm.
or Friday, you on. When I mean on, you ready to do your best, to
Mm.
be
I Yeah.
question.
Yeah. 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 Sorry. I think I think you're very wise what you're saying. Why I brought the doctor part up is because a long time ago I never used to take notice of my doctor for a while, um, and that was totally wrong of me. And That's why I brought it up. It wasn't to be, you know, I didn't never used to take the notice. I used to say, oh yeah, but I think we need to take notice of our doctors now, and I think we need to kind of also, if a doctor says do something, we need to do it, and that's what
Yeah,
I've learned. You know.
I would say um, find time to be alone, not to be lonely. For some people, it will be split of a second and they get it. Other people need a little bit more time. Don't
Mm,
hide things, pros, cons, and how long you are going to do it, and what are your expectations to get results. So it is again very personal dependent. My deepest dream desire is when people become very efficient. Like I told you, I want to do it
mm,
faster, which is my master, which means you become a master continuously, changing, rearranging, modifying. It is ending journey. But the more you become flexible, you less become stuck in a moment. So you become, I mean, mind and body become faster. So reflect. What are your goals? What are you willing to sacrifice? How are you going to achieve? If somebody eats sugar and has high sensitized, we have receptors in our tongue that are connected to our mind. I would not recommend immediately to get off all sugar. They would not do it. And failure, people think they fail, they are not good enough. I said, you are good enough. Let's
mm,
start slower steps. If they ate bread all the time, uh, I would tell them all off starchy carbs. They said, what's that? I said, bread, pasta, rice, potatoes. What do I eat? There's nothing to eat. So you
mm,
have to meet people where they are and slowly introduce and see how much they can take. And again, which track do you want? Do you want to be on fast track? Do you want to be on medium track? Or do you want to be on slow? And then maintenance. Majority of people, from my observation, within 2 weeks, they will have a little bit as drop in the commitment in the programming. So usually I
mm,
recommend, or I call people, or I will appear online, or Skype via phone, and we discuss things. As you know, 6 to 8 weeks we will take to develop new habits. You
mm.
become better over time, but is definitely don't rush, and remember, because you fail today with something, it does not mean that you are a failure. Let's do it again.
Mm,
Tomorrow's the day. So please don't beat yourself. And what I also recommend, if your goal is to really, for example, thank you for sharing with me your story about weight, about different weight loss program you attended. It is very challenging because we are driven by um, by neurotransmitters in our brains and hormones, and all smells which we are surrounded by can trigger habits which are not necessarily healthy. So you need to have kind of supervision. You need to have exercise physiologist next to you, or somebody who's knowledgeable in this area, and somebody who's well trained nutrition. And now more I see the need of rearrangement of human mind, because when mind becomes strong, uh, when you're joyful, when you
mm.
breathe from within, it is
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
You need a little bit pain in order to build strong mind, but also muscles. You know, because they make you
Mm,
train hard, and they need to be recuperation time, rest time. And then again,
yeah.
and I always recommend, don't surround yourself with those who really are your real supporters during your journey. If somebody, if you love your hamburger and somebody would say, oh, well, come on, let's get another hamburger, he's not your friend. If you love
Right.
your and they buy you Coca-Cola, he is not your friend. He likes to have good time with you. but is he really committed to your change? People with whom I work who had gastric bypass surgery, I'm sure that you know some of these people, they over time have there's danger of nutritional deficiencies, gallbladders not working well, iron is not absorbed well, which can trigger other patterns in human system. So they require real approach. And I notice who regain weight. Those who, I'll give you example, husbands, family members wanted to eat chips, they wanted to have the same bread, they wanted the same meals. So, for example, women were coming to me or complaining they cannot cook two different meals, and it becomes struggle. And then I had those. Every day they're going for a walk. Every day is water, for example, with lemon, specific water, I also implement in my practice, which help people. Then they're doing the yoga, then they're drinking shakes, and they were able to maintain weight. So it's again coming back. How? How strong you are. Again, not strength, which is force. How malleable you are. Like when you wanna make beautiful mug, watch how artists work. First is what? Clay, soil, which we came from. We get back to it. Shape it. You need to shape it and you need to be connected to life. Again, we talk about stay at home, be safe, but please breathe fresh air. Be responsible. Wear your mask. Keep space when you're from. Be aware who's around you. And again, you doubt. When you see that death is taking over, see the beauty of life, see reality of life, see nature around you that is flourishing. Air pollution is actually slower now than ever. We changing climate, but we see also even a few weeks ago, surprise, we were able to see butterflies. We asked me what I practice. Is if you talk about Zen of life, is becoming active and connected to life, not to not to written independently of us mind stories, imagination, amusement, be a showtime, but no show to show. Again, really connected to life. So you, specifically you, are important to me when you come. You within inner environment and within your surrounding. And then like willingness, like within 1 week, do you think that you can do that? What is within 2 weeks in terms of, like we discussed, diet, breathing pattern, and creativity. I encourage everybody to become creative. I'm sure that during COVID-19 you develop new skills or you overcame some inner blockages which we thought we would not be able. Even this
Yeah,
room.
yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. I would love to talk about that on the next interview if we can about gastric bypass. I'd love to talk to you about that. We've come to an end now, unfortunately. But I'd love to. That was quick, but thank you for the interview. Thank you for your time. But I'd love to talk to you about the gastric bypass and some about breathing and about sleep apnea if I can, because that all comes in. And it's been so lovely to talk to you again. And thank you very much for all your information. And there are questions, and it's been really good, really nice to talk to you again.
It's a pleasure. Remember, everybody across the world, you are beautiful being before life. And remember, with obstacle is opportunity. Be solution dealer. Go for it. And yes, yes, yes for life. Sure that we are going to talk about sleep apnea, sleep disorder, breathing, all connected. Pleasure for all of you.
Yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Dr. Monica. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Thank you very
Okay.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was Dr. Monica. And Dr. Monica is a doctor, and she's really nice. And she knows a lot of stuff, guys. And I'm sure she'll be back very soon. If you need any information about Dr. Monica, I will kind of like give you the information. Anyway, in the meantime, I'm back in 9 o'clock. Um, I can't, I can't remember now when I'm back. Oh dear.
When James on, they won't count.
Uh, sorry.
When James on,
All right. Okay.
get Jane on at 9.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. Right. Okay then. I will see you at 9 o'clock. And take care. For now. Bye bye.